We're making great progress. And now our screen loads with a fortune, which is a huge improvement. The next thing we need to be able to do is to set the fortune to something different, a new fortune, when we click the button. Let's go back to Android Studio and set up an on-click listener for our button. On the top, click the ActivityFortune.xml tab. Remember to collapse this Gradle build window at the bottom so you have a little more real estate. Select your button and scroll down here in the properties until you see onClick. Give the onClick a name. We'll call this On New Fortune. Hit Tab to lock it in. Go back to your, now before we go to the Java, let's go to the XML to make sure that the onClick listener has indeed been set. So in the tab down here that says text, click that. Now in my button, I can see onClick has been set to On New Fortune. Awesome. Let's go back to the Java. I can click this tab up here to get back to the Java. Now, the code for our button is going to go outside of the onCreate method. Remember, the onCreate just happens once when the app loads. So that's great to set this up, but if I want to change the fortune when the button is set, I'm going to need to make a new method for the button below the onCreate. So let me make a little space here. And just like we did buttons before for our navigation, I'm going to write public void on new fortune. In these parentheses, I need to say where this button is, and it's in the view that we will call V. And we need to add our curly braces. And Android Studio is really nice that it adds our second closed curly brace. Thank you, Android Studio. Uh-oh, but the view is red here, which means it didn't automatically import. So I can click View, and then on Mac, I'll hit Option, Enter, Import Class. And PC, you would hit Alternate, Enter. Just like we did in the onCreate method, we'll need to store our fortune in a variable. So let's just copy and paste what we have here. Copy, paste. But remember, when we hit the button, we want it to display a different fortune. So let's change this to index 6. Do you know which fortune that will actually be? Yeah, it'll actually be the 7th fortune because remember, we start at 0 with our index. Now, just like we did up here, we need to set up a line of communication with our text view. And in fact, we can use the exact same thing we had here. Let's copy and paste that here. And now we need to set the text using the setText method to fortune. And that should be the same thing we have here. We'll copy that and paste that here. Awesome. Let's run the app, click the button, and see if it changes to the 7th fortune. Okay, click the button. Awesome, it changed to a different fortune. But wait, when I click it again, it doesn't change to any more fortunes. Well, that's because right now our code just says when you click the button, change it to this fortune, and it's already there. For the next step, we're going to need to figure out a way to assign a random index point so that every time we click the button, it retrieves a different fortune from our list.